This series or bundle of 5 units for your rhetorical speech and speeches to annotate, analyze, and write also contains a brief overview of the entire week's lessons on rhetorical devices, should you wish to follow that. The units are also flexible if you decide to do them in another way. They are numbered so that you can put them all into a file, and they each have a table of contents, so you can move back and forth among the units quite easily if they're copied and filed, which is what most teachers do. The first unit then allows the students to see what's on the other side of ideas. They learn to learn from counterpoints. They learn to write counterpoints. They learn to enjoy them with good tone and welcome differences that teach all. They analyze sound devices in a speech to see how these can shape meaning and how they can allow readers to go to different ideas and places that they would not without such tricks. They also learn the definitions. There are posters here that allow students to have quick references to what are the literary devices. There are silly riddles teaching them how to write a riddle, and then allowing them space to write riddles in order to practice their alliteration, assonance, and consonants that they're learning. There are cheat sheets involved so that students now have a page to study for their test, but also can use these cheat sheets to apply, have games with, and get used to the definitions that are new to them of the literary device and examples. There are tips for faculty for how to use these, and also flexibility for you to do in your class what you like to do. All of the tasks are active, and the guides show how the students then can use their multiple intelligences in order to learn these materials through tasks. Most importantly, the students learn to listen for alliteration, assonance, and consonants. And that is a benefit to students who like to speak and who like to write speeches using these devices. The students then learn to identify allusions in a speech, again, Common Core aligned. They learn to find out to whom, what, or where allusions refer. They have examples of how to do that and opportunities to practice. And then, more importantly, they learn how allusion shows purpose and adds meaning. Everything you need is in this bundle. It's student ready, no prep on your part, and can be used the day that you download these materials, because there are faculty guides that are easy to follow. And then there are student ready to roll tasks with answer keys provided. You will receive graphic organizers for the students to be able to learn and practice and apply at the same time. You'll receive links to world-class speeches that interest students. For example, Malala's speech is linked to here. Martin Luther King. Speeches that allow students to dream, think, and wonder about what interests them. And then graphic organizers to use these speeches in ways that identify rhetorical devices. The students will analyze speeches then for effectiveness and purpose. They'll ask questions such as, how did the author achieve their purpose? Again, you have a table of contents so that you can navigate easily among the materials and move back and forth, put the materials into a file, and allow yourself opportunity to track what you have used and then make notes on what you still wish to use. students will begin to look at things in annotating a speech as to how logic is used, how emotion is used, and did any of these rhetorical devices help the authors to achieve their purpose. You'll find faculty guides for each of the sections and posters to inspire students to ask the kind of questions that get them into discussions of rhetorical devices. The students will brainstorm together in student pairs using the graphic organizers here. There also is a speech for them to use that can be run off because it's an original speech. The others are links to world-class speeches, but there is an original speech here along with cheat sheets for the rhetorical devices. So the students have everything they need in order to brainstorm in pairs and then track their progress and submit what they come up with. The students have opportunity here to state what their best contribution was so that students then can let you know their best contribution, an area they're going to work on, and in future, what they plan to improve. Finally, the students have a game that allows them to practice what they know and have learned about rhetorical devices. There are tasks, tips, and the game is ready to go with directions that are clear so that faculty can play the game at the end of any rhetorical device lesson. Students love to play games. They also enjoy baseball, where they can choose single questions, double trivia questions, triple trivia questions, or home run questions. And believe me, I'm finding more and more of the students like to go for those home run questions and get into the answers that you want to get. So you will have all the cards that you need for the baseball trivia, everything completely ready for student use. The students have answer keys here as they record and track their answers on rhetorical devices. You will find answer keys for your quick check on their program. These are the 5 units that are packed together or bundled together in this package. Each of these can be sold separately, and you can see there is a tremendous savings for getting these as a bundle and using them throughout an entire year. Nevertheless, some people may wish to only get one, and so the links for each of those are in the materials as well. In addition, you may wish to access other materials to extend your lessons into other ELA areas. Those are available. There are guides to adapt these for younger learners. And these are additional original text should you want more original text for students to work with. There is notation about what can be done with these materials and what cannot be done according to copyright. And please do contact me and give a brief review if you found these materials helpful. But do contact me if there are any other ways the material can address your needs, because I will be honored to help you in any ways possible. To leave a comment or a question, hit on Ask a Question to the right of the Rating tab on my TPT site, which is Ellen Weber, Brain-Based Tasks for Upper Grades. I hope this bundled package brings the support you and your students deserve. Enjoy.